Have you ever found a creepy monkey in your parents' basement? No? Well, neither have I, but the person that's like the main character of this movie has done, and that's what this whole movie's about. Today we're taking a look at The Monkey, which is a new horror movie which recently came out a couple of months ago, at the time of recording this video. But I recently watched it, and we're going to be reviewing it in today's video, and I had high expectations for this movie because of the high praise that I saw from it online. I saw critics love it, I saw people love it, I saw people on TikTok, some horror movie accounts which I follow, talk about this movie non-stop for a while. And I was like, you know what, let's watch it, let's see what this movie actually has to offer. And I was a little underwhelmed. I think I went in with too high of expectations for what this movie actually was. But without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say before we get into my opinions on the movie. So, The Monkey is a 2025 horror comedy, which is 1 hour and 38 minutes. It is a 6.1 out of 10 IMDb and a 79% Rotten Tomatoes. When twin brothers find a mysterious wind-up monkey, a series of outrageous deaths tears their family apart. 25 years later, the monkey begins a new killing spree, forcing the estranged siblings to confront the cursed toy. So, how this actually opens, and how this movie is actually set up, really bugs me, because it is set in two halves. This movie is basically split into two 45-minute segments, alright? That's like the movie, okay? So the first 45 minutes is them as like children, and where they find the sort of toy, they find the monkey, and they play with it, and it kills their mum, and then it kills like someone. It kills their babysitter because it claps and does the drums, and they're like experimenting with it now, being like, maybe it's the monkey's fault, because children are wild and insane and creative, so why wouldn't it be the monkey's fault? These deaths started happening when the monkey showed up, but you know what, let's try it. We'll twist the cock and see who dies. Their uncle then dies, so they throw it down a well. That's like the first 45 minutes summed up really quickly because they dragged it out for so fucking long when they didn't need to. Moving on to the second half, we have random forced drama between our main character, his wife, and their child, because the wife doesn't want the child and she's giving it away to like a foster care, and this foster care is like top notch, like they're professionals, so they're going to take really good care of this kid. Sort of weird, sort of creepy, sort of eerie. Whatever. It's the dad's final week with the kid before, obviously, they depart ways, and his brother then rings up being like, hey, our aunt just died, go get the monkey. And he still has the trauma of his brother bullying him, and he's like, you know what, sure, let's go. He has nightmares of his mum dying repeatedly over and over and over again, and telling him that it's his fault. Technically it was because he wound up the monkey, but he technically didn't know, so I wouldn't technically say that it's his fault. But anyway, alas, we keep going. They go to the aunt's house, and the monkey had been sold in like a garage sale. So people are dying left, right, and center all over the city. This random guy wants the monkey and starts hunting them down like a bounty hunter, but he's like a really cheap knockoff goth who's quite stupid, and he gets killed by the monkey, funnily enough, the thing that he's going for. But he does held the dude and his son at gunpoint to be like, go inside, get the monkey, because they give the monkey to the brother, and the brother is actually using the monkey to try and kill his brother. So they have a fight in the house to try and save the kid. They destroy the monkey, and then him and his son live happily ever after, because they destroyed the monkey and the demon spirit came out to the world, and now the world is falling apart and everybody's just dying in unrealistic ways, very Final Destination, and they're just both safe in the car for whatever reason. So this movie already is incredibly stupid to me. It does feel like it gives Final Destination vibes, and it does have like the weird and wacky sort of like Final Destination like deaths to it, with like the way some people die, really elaborate deaths. Sometimes they're just like really stupid deaths, like they get their head cut off at a sushi restaurant, or their brain just explodes for whatever fucking reason. It doesn't really make sense, but you know, it happens. And then we have the most chaotic and crazy death, which was my kind of favorite death, which was the aunt's death, because her head sets on fire, she runs outside, she steps in a fucking plant pot, she trips and slides down the hill, and gets impaled on her sort of selling house sign, and that was the most creative, most like interesting death out of the bunch. I just don't feel like the others were very realistic. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's no way that dude's arm reached to cut her head off. It just didn't make... I know it's a fucking movie about a demon monkey, but it just didn't make sense to me. And the character drama, again, and the connections between the characters felt really forced. I know brothers don't get along, and I know these twins were never really the best of friends, and they had this sort of really toxic, really bad relationship when they were younger. But, like, still... it's very weird and unrealistic that he wants to kill his brother and he's using the monkey to do it. The motivation just wasn't there. It was really lackluster. Like, the plot points weren't plot pointing. And it just felt like I wasted the first 45 minutes because it did not get me hooked. It did not get me locked in at all. I felt quite bored because it was just... them setting up the foundation for these brothers to have a relationship, and when the mum died, I was expecting that to be a chance for them to grow quite close together and to sort of fix this relationship that they had, and it just felt really... it was just too forced. And even with the drama with the, like, wife, girlfriend, whatever she was, the mother to the child, like, they shared one scene and that was it. And we were expected to get so much drama from that. And the kid just being a little shit, being like, oh, you only see me once a year, you don't actually love me. And being all sorry for himself, and being upset that his dad lies to him all the time, and then not believing him about the doll. I'm going to be honest, I won't believe him about the doll either. But, like, just their relationship didn't feel like a father-son relationship, and with them having this family drama, it's been done many times before in other movies where it's like, oh, dad's lying to me, dad doesn't visit me as often, I'm upset at him, but this just felt really cheap, very forced, and very just not needed. It felt like it was here just to create fake drama that wasn't really necessary to the plot. Like, the monkey was the main focal point. The son and his, like, the father and son was like a side story, and it gave him the motivation to, like, be a better dad, and that was it. He just got the motivation to be a better dad, and I just didn't like this side story. It felt so unnecessary and so jarring. It felt so, like, far away from what we were trying to focus on with the monkey, and I wish they spent a little bit more time explaining, like, why the monkey did this, because no one knows why. We don't know, like, what type of demon was inside the monkey. We don't know if it was cursed. We don't know if it was, like, a cursed object, or, like, it was possessed, or what. It just... the rules were, you twist the key, it kills people. That was it. That was all we ever got, and it cannot be destroyed, and it keeps going back like Annabelle. It just... the rules didn't make sense because they kept, like, fluctuating, where it was like, oh, whoever turns the key, it can't kill. Guess what? That's how his brother died at the end, because he turned the key and it killed him, because he was mean to the monkey, and the monkey has feelings. It just felt so cheap, and I really didn't like any direction this movie was trying to go. It wasn't what it was hyped up to be. Like, I didn't see the appeal that everyone else sees in this movie, and there is other movies which I've seen recently which are much better than this one, and much more creative than this one. It just felt like a really obscure clone of Final Destination, which tried to have family drama as well. So, honestly, did not like this movie. I'm gonna give it a solid, like, 4 out of 10, because I'm not gonna watch it again, and it's like a low-mid movie. It's like, it does some things quite well, like I say, it does have some quite interesting deaths, and, like, the CGI on the deaths is quite good, but that's all it has going for it. Story, plot, pacing, all over the place, and just not interested. So, other than that, I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. If you do want me to review any other movies, let me know down in the comments below what other movies, TV shows, or animes you want me to review, and I'll get on it as soon as possible. And other than that, bye-bye.